Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's me, Reyjean, and for today's video, I'm with my new neighbor, Jerry.
Hi.
Hi Jerry, how are you?
I'm very good.
Awesome. So can you tell us what happened to you
Okay.
how did you get here in the Philippines?
Yes, so we just moved in yesterday, right? So
Yeah.
we're your new neighbors. So I'm married, my wife is Nelma. We have an 8-year-old daughter. I married her, moved her to America, and we were there for 5 years. We lived in
Wow.
Virginia.
That's
So we got married, we did the visa requirements, we did the green card. She got her dual citizenship, and we lived there for 5 years, and we were very
Wow.
comfortable. But I watched a lot of videos from a lot of people, and decided that maybe we wanted to move back to
So
the
you're
Philippines.
retired already or?
I retired during the process of coming here. I was working, and we had a house and a car and a normal American life there, but I didn't want to work for the next 10 years, which I would have had to do. So we got the idea to come to the Philippines, move back to the Philippines and retire here.
So how did you go here? Because it's COVID right now.
It
so.
is, and it's hard, and they had changes all throughout the process.
Yeah.
We started thinking about this about a year and a half ago. Made plans to sell my house and get rid of all of our stuff, get her dual citizenship back, and basically just take whatever we had and move here and retire. Between selling my house and some other things, we had enough money and stuff that we think that we could come here and stuff, but then COVID happened.
Yeah, so there's a lot of requirements to do.
Very much,
I
very
thought
much.
it's not allowed to the foreign to go here.
If you're a spouse, and again it changed multiple times. We
Yeah.
started this last year. So February of last year, before COVID, my wife got her dual citizenship. That would allow us to come back and me to come here as a Bacong for 1 year without a visa. And that's what we had planned to do. We got her dual citizenship in February, and then we had to do other things. Then COVID hit and everything changed.
Yeah, it changed a lot.
Philippines locked down. Even in America, it was harder for us to do. We got her dual citizenship in February, like I said, but then we had to get American passports for my daughter and my wife. But the passport office in America closed.
Oh my God, that's really bad. So what did you do?
I know. We had sent in the applications to get the passports before COVID, and then it hit, and they just closed. They closed for 4.5 or 5 months. So from March to September, they weren't even open. There was no possibility. So we did sell my house in that time period, moved into another man's house, which we weren't very comfortable with, and took some savings. But we had thought that we would still come in June or July. It couldn't last that long, right?
And now you're here.
Finally, a year later, we finally made it here. We made it here February 20th of this year, which is about when we got the dual citizenship
February,
last year.
so you're on quarantine.
Yes,
14
we came.
days.
Yes, we came. We had to quarantine in Manila for 7 days, and again, I know every Bureau of Immigration update every day because we looked every single day, and it changed when we got the passports. I was allowed to come here as a Bacong without a visa, but then we had to get her dual citizenship back, and by the time we got her dual citizenship back, they required a 9A visa through the embassy to come here.
9A visa?
9A is just the regular visitor's visa.
So you're just a regular visitor?
Regular visitor now. I did get that, and again, that requirement changed too. There's 2 ways a foreign spouse has been able to come into the Philippines, as what they call a Bacong, which is a visa-free entry. You can just come here, come in with your wife, have the marriage certificate, and they will stamp a Bacong.
So do you just look on your marriage contract like that?
They would do that, and that was allowed, but they changed that. That was For like 2 months they did that, but then
Yeah.
they required that if you're a foreigner coming in, you had to apply at the embassy to get that visitor's visa. And again, that changed
Change again.
again
Oh my
because
god.
by the time we got the dual citizenship, it had changed to a balikbayan.
Yeah.
But then they banned again with the second strain
Mhm.
of the COVID on January 3rd this year.
Yeah.
They changed it to where you had to get a 9A visa again.
Oh my god, again and again.
And then January 15th, they changed it back to where you did it.
God.
So I applied for it. It cost me $90 in America.
$90.
I had to do that by mail. We sent in all the paperwork.
Yeah.
I sent them my passport. So I have a 9A for 1 year right now. So I don't have to go to immigration for 1 year. I can stay
Oh,
at least
that's
for
good.
1 year. And then again, you know, the foreigners here can stay for 3 years,
Uh-huh.
just getting updated on that,
Yeah,
Visa.
like what Joe did.
like what Joe does and most
So-
everybody else.
How's your quarantine facilities
Yeah, the
in Manila?
That's a good. In Manila, I mean, it was a regular hotel. It wasn't that nice. It wasn't a high dollar one because I
Yeah.
knew we just were going to be stuck in there and stuff. But I did pick that one because the menu had more choices on it as an
Yeah.
option when I looked and booked it. But the food wasn't available.
Not available. Yeah, Filipinos are like that.
That
They
is
also
true.
not available, sir.
So there was 3 breakfast, lunch, and dinner choices.
Yeah,
And nothing I really liked. My wife was definitely okay.
because
And
she's a Filipino.
She's Filipino. Our daughter came to America at 3 years old,
Wow.
so she didn't. She was very pliable with the food. She can
Yeah.
eat pretty much everything. She loves Filipino food and American food. She
Oh,
could
that's good.
pretty much eat anything. So she was okay. But way too many sardines and
Yeah.
dried fish options
Oh
for
my
me. I
God.
can't do that.
Yeah, you cannot
Right.
because you're a foreigner.
I know. And they wouldn't let us get food from outside. You know, you couldn't have deliveries or anything. So that was a little bit hard. I didn't really like it. We did that 7 days in Manila. I won't mention the hotel. It is what it is. Then we did not have an address in the Philippines.
Oh,
So normally when you come into Manila,
yeah.
you have to go to where your address is, yes? We didn't have one. Her mom does live in Cabancalan
Yeah, but you're here in Dumaguete.
in Dumaguete. I don't want to live so close to her,
Yeah.
but Cabancalan's like 3 hours away from here, so it's
Yeah.
close enough to visit, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to come to Duma because I've seen, you know, how it is, and
So did you do quarantine here in Dumaguete?
we called the LGU for Dumaguete. They would not let us in. So
Oh my God.
March 1st, actually, it was a time that we had a plane ticket to come to Negros Oriental. But Duma wouldn't let us in because we didn't have an address at that
Yeah.
time. They recommended that we contact some, either Darwin or Bacong and see if
Yeah.
we could go there. I did have and talk to a resort in Darwin that I was going to stay for 1 month. They had a room there for $400 a month, and I thought that was a good first place to go to.
But
It's a
it's
resort
not.
on the
Yeah.
beach with a pool and, you know, everything nice and stuff. So I did tell Bacong. I ended up calling Bacong, my wife did, and very nice lady there named Arlene who runs the place.
Yeah.
Definitely connected with my wife as a Filipino. And it was very easy to get into Bacong, but it was still a 14-day quarantine there.
Really?
After the 7 days in Manila,
7 days, then here 14.
then 14 in Bacong. So we went there. It was at a resort that was a nice resort, much better than the hotel in Manila, but it was still for 14 days.
Did it ask you about swab tests like that?
When we came here, again, it was funny because it's Filipino style,
Yeah.
right? We got off of the plane, we waited outside for the Bacong guy to come and pick us up because
Yeah.
they had to taxi us over. We couldn't go by ourselves. So he brought the little multi-cab with the pickup in the back of the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my God.
And I'm very large and
Yeah,
big.
you're so tall
yeah.
too.
I have not been in the back of a pickup truck in
Oh.
30 years, but they made us climb. I'm not used to that, so I had to climb into the back of the pickup truck like it's 1975 in America. So they brought us over to the Bacong LGU.
Yeah.
They did a swab test. It was an instant swab test, so the
Yeah.
results were there in like 20 minutes. We were negative. It was us three, me, my daughter, and my wife, and another overseas foreign worker that they had with them. So that was negative. They asked to fill out more paperwork. Everywhere we went was a stack of paperwork for, I don't know what they do with all this paperwork. But we did that, and then he drove us to the resort that was the designated quarantine hotel. And that was pretty nice. They did have a pool. It was on the beach.
Wow, that's nice.
And they let us use the pool while we were there, but they still quarantined for 14 days. Shortly after that is when they changed the quarantine procedures, because the centralized government here ended quarantines when you travel island to island or whatever.
Yeah, but if you're in the Dumaguete, you still need the swab test. You
Yes.
still need it, but there's no quarantine.
There's no
already.
14.
Yeah.
We were right in the middle of that. Okay?
Oh,
It
that's-
came out 5 days later is when the central government said no more 14-day quarantine. So we asked, do we still have to quarantine for 14 days? And the Bacong LGU didn't know. They said they're going to have a meeting.
Yeah.
They had a meeting. They still didn't decide. It went on for 3 more days before they decided
Yeah.
that we still had to quarantine for 14 days.
Oh gosh.
Because it's really up to the LGU. In the notice that the central government put out, it says that you don't have to quarantine, but it's still up to the LGU
Yeah.
to determine.
Until you got here. So how did you choose this place?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because again, we did the 14 days at that resort. A week before that, I had been texting another resort that's literally 3 blocks from where we were
In Bacong.
in Bacong.
Yeah.
And it had an ad, and I've been looking at it, a 2-bedroom with all these things and stuff on it. And it looked like nice pictures and everything. And I had arranged to go there for 1 month. But he was slow to respond to actually reserving it for me. So the 14th day my wife was free to go. So she kind of walked over there with our daughter to arrange and make sure that the reservation was set.
Yeah.
And they didn't, that ad was false. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's like that here. It's nice in the ads, but the truth is it's not.
It wasn't the truth at all. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They didn't have a 2-bedroom. The man's building it.
So it just only
It wasn't
one?
even built.
Oh my
The
god.
1-bedroom was definitely not as nice as the pictures. They didn't have any stuff in it. They didn't have any. They advertised with pots and pans and
Yeah.
dishes and normal stuff, and there was none of that there. And he said we would have to buy it ourselves. And my wife didn't like it there, so we talked about it, and we ended up not going there.
Yeah.
The only other place I knew
Big Rock.
was Big Rock.
Yeah.
Because I've seen your videos
Yeah.
here, I've seen Paul's videos here, I've seen other videos here, and I had a number to it. I actually emailed your Joe, your boyfriend, and said, "Is there anything available there?" And he said, "Yeah, this is the name of it.
Yeah.
Contact them." And you know, I had seen the videos. I knew we could at least get by here for a while, so I texted Thomas, and he said, "Yeah, come and look." And I said, "Well, I'll take it because I need a place to live
because it's
today."
here, so there's things you need. There's plates
Yes.
and everything here. Not
Yes,
the same with the other apartment.
it's new too. It's
Yeah.
very nice. We do have a daughter, so the 1-bedroom is a little bit. You know, we've already got a little bed for her.
Wow.
That again, these guys have been phenomenal. Alma and Thomas, they've been super nice. They drove
they are.
my wife to Hypermart yesterday,
Mhm.
and she actually bought this little roll-out bed that she can stay with. They asked and offered and stuff. Super nice. You don't
Yeah,
see
they
that
are.
a lot.
We really are.
They are. And I love the place. I mean, my wife feels comfortable. This is the first time we felt comfortable in months.
Wow,
You
that's
know,
good.
she feels comfortable. It's nice. I like the pool because, you know, I have a little leg issue and I
Yeah.
can exercise in the pool and try to get into some better shape and stuff. And, you know, the mountain view and the
Yeah, Mount
tropical.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a volcano though. That
Yeah,
is that
they call
that's a
it,
volcano?
I don't know, but they said it's a Mount Talinis. So I think
Great.
it's a volcano.
Yeah. It's
But you can travel, it's
close
really
for
nice there.
volcano.
But I think that's all.
I don't know that.
That's all for now. So
Okay.
bye everyone. Thank you, Jared, for
Bye.
being
My pleasure.
on my channel.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. Bye everyone. Love you. Especially you. Bye.